man, is that freedom rock?
Yeah, man.
Well, turn it up, man.
This is my dance.
Is it? That's all you can muster up with your elbow injury?
Yeah, with my crippled elbow and my crippled ankles, my crippled knees. Welcome to the Cripple Show. Wait, that's inappropriate.
Yep.
Can't say that.
No, you can. We can't.
Oh, that's true.
You're actually crippled.
Welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
And welcome to your favorite pop culture podcast that deals in all things nerd culture, including video games, movies, TV shows, other stuff.
That's it.
Music.
That's it.
Music, toys, all that good stuff. Normally, as you know, our name is the genesis of our name was from Star Trek. Keeping Up with the Cardassians. It comes from Deep Space Nine. When we did a rewatch of that, that was our first series we did. Now we're currently working through a rewatch of Battlestar Galactica. We're starting season 2 here today. We got 2 episodes we're going to review with you. We got Scattered and Valley of Darkness are the 2 episodes we're reviewing today.
The beginning of season 2, right? Just so I...
The beginning of season 2.
Okay, cool.
Beginning of season 2.
Season 2.0?
Season 2.0. 2.0. So we're going to be reviewing those a little bit later. We usually review those the second half of the show, which is somewhere around the 35 to 40 minute mark, give or take. But the first half, we like to catch up on pop culture news. And there was a large amount that has happened since the last time we've met, because it's actually been a while since we've met.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's 2 weeks. So first of all, can I start off with something really important that everyone cares about?
Yes.
Yes.
Ant-Man sucked. It really, really sucked.
Well, you gave it a 5. That's
really
not a
sucked.
suck.
5 sucks.
It's just super, super forgettable. It's not good.
That's a 5.
It's
It's more of a 4, isn't it?
It was entertaining to go to the theater to watch.
No.
Maybe it is like a 4.
You just said it was entertaining. You can't use entertaining and sucked at the same time.
You said it was entertaining to go to the theater.
Yeah,
The theater
yeah.
experience is...
Because I saw it in the IMAX screen, and, you know, there's some pretty cool stuff, but, like, it felt like it was trying to be too much a Star Wars, but not the good Star Wars. But when
Is there such a thing?
The holiday special?
when Star Wars started introducing all these zany characters just to have zany characters,
To sell toys.
it was just kind of ridiculous. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer is incredible. She looks good for
Michelle
her age.
Pfeiffer, though.
Oh my gosh!
Not
that-
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Give me another Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman movie.
Meow.
Yeah.
Retired Catwoman?
Retired Catwoman. Yeah,
Geriatric Catwoman?
yeah. She looks good, man.
She still looks good. She
She
still looks very
she's
good.
gorgeous. But it's just a very highly forgettable movie. And I've said this before about Marvel movies. They're not saying anything important anymore.
No.
Have they ever, though?
Yes, they did. We've talked about this.
I forget
The
things.
Infinity War run was, as far as superhero movies, it's the best run, and it was
Oh, yeah.
everything led up to something else, so everything was important.
Right,
It
right,
served a purpose.
right.
Some movies serve more of a purpose than others, but it seems like stuff now is just like, here's another Marvel movie.
Right.
It's just kind
To
of chaotic.
set up the next movie. That's all they exist for, to set up the next. And that's
Right.
literally all this movie did, was set up the next movie. That's all it did. And it was annoying. Like, I think about some of the other Marvel movies. We've talked about this. Captain America Winter Soldier had a really good story and a really good message behind it. You know, the original Iron Man did. Even the original Thor did. Like, the first run series of movies were pretty much all home runs, minus the Hulk movie, which was kind of forgotten about.
Yeah.
But now it just feels like these movies exist for the sake of existing. Like, okay, we have to release 2 movies a year.
It's to make money. That's what they do.
And they will, because Paul Rudd is adorable, and you don't even have to give him a script. Just put Paul Rudd on the screen, and I'm going to be like, great.
Did you see did you see Paul Rudd being interviewed on the field after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and his son was
And
there,
his-
and it was like a
Like,
clone.
what do you two knuckleheads do? Just get out of it.
I know.
Like they
Who
didn't
cares what
call a play. They
No,
didn't.
they didn't do anything. They're
do
just
anything.
on
Just
the field.
Get the hell off.
But the
field.
son was like a carbon clone of him, like the mannerisms, the way he spoke, and his personality. It was pretty incredible.
I'm good with it. Like, just get off the field.
Right, I know. Why
Continue-
are we interviewing celebrities about how they feel about the win? They
Continue being an ageless vampire and just get off the field.
He is an ageless vampire. How much work has he had done, you think?
I think he's had a little bit, but I don't think much. I think he just has good genes.
Yeah, good.
I think he's just aging.
He looks
rather
good in
gracefully.
jeans. Yeah, he does. Is it a movie that should be seen?
No.
I don't know. You could probably pass this one. You could get away with not seeing it and not really miss out on much. I mean, they introduced Kang, but whatever. I don't know. It's not that important. The end credit scenes, very forgettable again. They used to have really good end credit scenes. Like I was expecting like an end credit scene showing me Deadpool or Wolverine or something like that to start to prepare you for it. But no, it's not. Here's another Loki end of the season.
Spoiler.
The Loki one? Really?
There's a Loki scene at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
That is a spoiler.
It is a spoiler. Sorry.
And it's not a week.
It's literally a couple days. But
Yeah,
by the time this airs, it'll be a week. No, it won't. 'Cause
Did it
it'll
just
be
come out
Monday.
technically Friday?
Came out Wednesday.
Oh, so you got two more days.
Yeah. Sorry, spoiler about that. I mean, it's just a spoiler about an end credit scene.
Can we make an amendment to that? If the movie sucks, we can spoil it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Approved.
Why not?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like this fast track.
Let's just
of
do it.
approving
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Let's just push it through. Bill Murray's in it. He's good in his.
Bill Murray's in it.
He's in it?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler. Like he's in the cast. Like it
Oh.
shows that he's in the cast.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Oh,
either.
well, Bill Murray's in
You
it.
spoiled it.
Or
Spoiler.
not like a cameo, but he's in it for a scene, and it's a good scene
That
that
would
he's
be a
in it.
cameo.
No, like a cameo to
Glorified cameo.
me. Yes, a cameo to me is like they say one line and they're off the screen. No, he's part of a scene, like a big part of a scene.
That's a cameo.
I guess the cameo. Well, think about Zombieland. Would you say that was a cameo for him? Do you remember that one where he pretends to be? He's in the White House pretending to be a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
they
cameo.
And then they kill
Yeah.
him.
Yep. Cameo.
That's a cameo.
Yeah.
Okay. This is more than that.
I think cameo is a role that has any substance to it, but he's just kind of there. It could be for a scene,
Yeah.
and then he's gone. Nothing of substance.
Like Brad Pitt and Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Where he cameos.
To me, a cameo is that role could have been anybody. It didn't need to be a celebrity or it didn't need to be a major
they
name.
did it anyway.
And they just are like, oh,
Yeah, it's like a bit part that didn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah, this
Yep.
was not a bit
Like-
part. It's a
Yeah.
good part. So, yeah, I probably upon reflection, it's probably more of a 4 out of a 10 than a 5 out of 10.
downgrading.
Never will need to see it ever again. Don't really care. There was never a point in the movie where I'm like, oh, this is really good.
and he is
Never.
selling this movie. I want to see it now.
I know.
There is really literally never a part of the movie where you're like, this is great. The best part of the movie was the 20 minutes of movie trailers before the movie. And
What trailers were they?
Which trailers?
There wasn't one in there that I was really upset about. Can you guess which one I was probably upset about?
There wasn't one or there was?
There wasn't.
The Flash.
The Flash trailer was not in there. So I didn't get to see
Oh.
Batman on the big screen.
Apparently,
It's a
there's
Marvel movie,
There's
knucklehead.
yeah, you're not going to pair Marvel and DC.
That they showed Shazam.
Did they?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, it's Fury of the Gods. No one cares about that.
I care about it a lot.
yeah.
Box office wise, no one cares about it.
We'll see.
It's not going to do good. I don't think it'll do good.
That's not
What
gonna
were
do
the other trailers?
What weren't there? Fast and the Furious was in there.
that Jason Momoa though.
Jason, yeah. There wasn't any. There wasn't a
No.
Mission Impossible trailer. I'm trying to think of what the other ones were. I mean, it was a lot of movie trailers.
I did watch the Batman on the plane ride to Florida.
Again?
I did.
Oh, that's
Not gonna lie.
Something's in the way.
How was it?
What
How
are
was
you-
it the 9th time?
Good cop, bad shit cop. It's still great, dude.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
I saw. What was it? You said. Was it you who said the Batman was the best Batman? I think you said it on Facebook.
Yeah, I
this
did.
week
Someone
or something.
disagreed with me. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could argue.
I was ghost reading that conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, got my attention here.
John Wick 4 trailer was in there.
Ooh,
Okay.
headshot.
The Little Mermaid, Creed 3, 65 million or whatever that one is, which I'm interested in that.
What's
You
that?
haven't heard of that one? It's where it's Adam Driver and like
Yeah.
Lost me.
he goes off on a spaceship with this kid
Done.
and they come back to Earth but
Just stop.
it's
We
65
don't care.
million years ago.
Yeah, we don't
And
care.
so he's fighting dinosaurs.
Still don't care.
What?
I like Adam Driver, man.
Yeah, you would.
Transformers trailer, Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, Super Mario Brothers trailer.
I'll pass on 2 of those 3. Actually, I don't.
The Guardians of the Galaxy ride is pretty fun.
Transformers, I won't see at the theater.
I don't think I'll see Transformers
No.
at the theater. I'll
Yeah.
see Guardians 3 because it's the end of it. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And I'll see the Mario movie because I'm generally curious as to what this is going to be.
I'm going to wait till you guys see it and then
Yeah.
make my opinion afterwards.
We should all go together.
I mean, it could be anywhere from
we should live
one of the
podcast
worst
in the
movies I've
theater
ever
as the movie's playing.
do what?
We should live podcast as the movie's playing.
Just
Set up a
sit-
table in
yeah.
the very front. Yes. Oh,
We could probably do it in the lobby. We could probably talk them into that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do that
Speaking of live
Advertisement.
in the movie.
Speaking of live podcasting and events, are we really gonna set up to make a decent run at Motorcity Comic Con?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
so our unpaid intern's working on that.
So we're
'Cause
looking at being at Motorcity
it's
Comic Con.
It's setting up to be right up our alley.
Who
Dude,
is
If
going
we
so
don't,
far?
if we, so who cares? Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah,
God.
that's true. Gosh, and he's
And
so damn
Al Borland.
charismatic.
That's true.
Al Borland is there, yes. But did you see how charismatic Mr. Frakes
we'll
was?
get into that in a second,
Picard?
man.
I can't hold it. I did my best.
Well, speaking of things that didn't suck,
Mm-hmm.
episode 1 of Picard.
Of Picard was really, really good.
It was really entertaining.
It was
yeah,
basically like a soft reboot of Picard, though,
yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Like, it's good because let's forget the first
The
two
whimsy
seasons.
is back. The fun is back a little bit.
Yeah.
So could I just pick up with season 3?
Yes.
Is it possible?
You could. Absolutely.
You could absolutely. You would just need. I could brush you up on what happened in Nemesis. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know, and maybe First Contact.
I thought William Daniels died.
No, he's did you kill him too?
No, I thought
You
he
gave him
died,
Beatus?
Mr. Feeney.
No, he's coming to.
Okay, so here's so
The
far
voice of
Motor
Knight
City
Rider.
Comic Con.
Yeah.
Stephen Amell, The Arrow. Bonnie Daniels, don't know who you are. Bonnie Bartlett Daniels.
Of Bonnie and Clyde fame. Come on.
No. William Daniels. Debbie Dunning. Okay.
Mhm.
Ashley Eckstein, who plays the voice of Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars. Mick Foley. Mick Foley?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jonathan Frakes, Sean Gunn, Richard Karn, Matt Lanter, Yuri Lowenthal, Charles Manitat, Tara Platt, David Ramsey from Arrow.
Yep.
Emily Bet Rickards from Arrow. Ooh. Michael Rooker, Mark Shepard.
Michael Rooker?
Yeah.
What?
Michael Rooker, Mark Shepard from Battlestar Galactica.
How are these all in alphabetical order then? Or
yes, they are.
Okay, I was gonna say how's Michael Rooker that far down the
Brett
bill?
Spiner, Catherine Tate, and James Taylor. James Arnold Taylor, not James
Oh.
Taylor.
It's like Michael B. Jordan. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, Michael Jordan's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry,
This
Michael
is
B.
a-
E. Jordan.
This is an amazing list of
That's a
people who are
solid
going to be
lineup.
there.
We are going. We are going.
Okay.
It's whether we get the press pass or not.
Do we know
Motor
the
City
dates
Comic Con.
yet?
Yeah, they're in there. May 13th and 14th, I think.
All right, so I need to plan for that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work on at least a couple of those names. Friend of the show, Jonathan Frakes, should be almost a
Whoa,
home run.
whoa, whoa! Don't lock
I was
that
gonna
in.
use a baseball analogy.
Yeah, you still haven't got us Henry Cavill yet.
Well,
I'm gonna say you haven't been trying.
no, that one's up and down because he was not doing anything, and I'm like,
And then he was
that's when I
super busy.
started, and then he got super busy for about 2 weeks.
And then,
For like 2 weeks, his calendar was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be busy for the next while."
yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, maybe the next project he has coming out." And then they're like, "Yeah, we're firing everybody."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay. Well, his
Cool.
calendar has cleared
he's
up."
freed up.
Can I go over one nitpick for Picard episode 1?
Yes.
And it's a nitpick. I'm well aware it's a nitpick. So spoilers, y'all. So when they meet Shaw in the dining room,
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead. Yeah.
he says something along the lines of
Above my pay grade.
No, not even about that.
Oh.
He starts to dog him like we're not crashing ships or getting into
Be
firefights.
irresponsible.
Or be irresponsible. So he's saying this to Picard, who, okay, 4 movies, right? They got into some hijinks.
Mm-hmm.
2 of those, they saved the Federation itself
Mm-hmm.
on their assigned mission.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the 179 episodes of TNG, what were their total? 3 firefights in the entire
Yeah,
series?
they didn't really get. I mean, they saved the frickin'.
it?
They saved
Yeah.
Earth. They saved the
Boring.
Federation
It's really good, though.
and First Contact.
Because Next Generation was all about the cerebral end of things. It was Picard negotiating. It was this kind of thing. It's like he was talking to Kirk. He's talking to the wrong Enterprise
He
captain.
was talking to absolutely the wrong captain. Yeah.
He's talking to the TNG movies, and it's like that's not the resume, dude.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is that's the last time we saw them together was the movies.
But I thought that was stretching.
I would agree it was stretching. I kind of liked how he was a very dismissive captain. He's like, who are you to come on my ship and tell me what to do? I dug that.
And then a former Borg.
And then a former Borg. Yeah. Frickin'
What a dick.
Ooh.
What a dick,
Well,
man.
I'll catch you up so you can watch season 3.
Yeah.
Well, I know that he was a former Borg.
Yeah.
No.
Can I
He
give
is, but
emissary?
so is there's another character, Annika Hansen, who is 7 of 9. She was from Star Trek Voyager, and she was a former Borg as well.
Oh,
So he's like, former Borg are working together. It's
I
like,
think visually I did know that. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
No, because I've seen pictures of her like
Yeah.
In
the,
Nick's computer.
Well, yeah, it was labeled. It was labeled private,
Yeah. For Nick's eyes only.
NSFW.
private, and then in parentheses was an S. It was private.
But here's the thing, though. The first,
Well
the,
done.
the
sir.
second season started off decent too. The first episode or two.
There was still some stuff in there that was like,
Yeah, but it didn't have Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan. Okay, so
he
that guy
made this.
he was so goddamn charming.
He was incredibly charming. Like,
Johnny
he made,
Frakes.
he made the episode. His banter with the captain, with Picard, made a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
Like they've moved beyond their relationship now. They're equals now. And
One's
just,
an admiral, one's a captain. Slow down with your equal crap.
I always thought Riker was an admiral.
No, they said it a couple times in there. Like he said,
I know they said it, but I thought in the second season he was
kind of like a glorified captain, like
a fleet commanding captain. Yeah, exactly.
kind of like Cisco was towards the end of DS9.
Yeah, where he was like their exactly. Because Cisco like commanded the fleet.
Him and Ross did.
Yeah.
He was like second in command. So
But yeah, Riker was charming as
Riker
hell.
was charming. Gates McFadden was incredible in her small part for that episode. She looks wonderful.
Yeah.
She looks great. She's aged like a fine wine. Good
I
for
think
her.
pretty much
So is
that whole cast has.
Riker though. He looked good, man.
That
Good.
whole cast has aged pretty well, haven't they?
Jonathan Frakes, good job, man. You really took off. You said you wanted to take off that weight for the role, and you nailed it. You look great. I just
agree.
had to say it.
Yep.
So, yeah, but it's good. It was a really good. I think I rated it an 8 out of 10, but
You
I could go a little bit higher probably.
I said probably either 8 or 8.5 for me.
Yeah, but it's good.
Where are you guys rating these?
Nowhere, just up in our heads.
Just in our heads. Nothing
How
official.
did you know what he rated it?
Because he texted me.
I texted him because you haven't
Oh, I
watched.
see.
Because
it
you're
yet.
not watching Star Trek Picard.
Oh, I see. That's fine. No,
Do you want to be in on those?
No, you guys.
How about
got-
you start watching the show?
No. You guys got your secret text, your vacations, all of it.
You know what's
You're all
hilarious
good.
is on the way here, Eli is catching up on the episodes, and he watched our first Battlestar Galactica episode. And in that episode, we talked about going to see Violet Night, and we had the same conversation. No, it's fine. You guys left me out. We're like, we invited you.
You didn't
were on
respond.
the invite list.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
Is this going to be our new bit?
Bit. I mean, this is life.
Oh,
This is life for me.
boo. Well,
Well, it helps when you respond when we invite you out.
I didn't even get invited to Ant-Man.
I didn't get invited to that.
You were on vacation without us.
I was here yesterday.
Physically.
That's true.
it was just me and Eli and Leslie. We went together.
Oh, as a
Oh,
family.
just the three of you. Couldn't.
You couldn't invite Joe?
Nope.
He's not part of the
I
family?
got nobody. Nobody-
I ain't got nobody.
taking me to the movies.
Nobody. Can we take a quick commercial break
Do
so we
it.
can recover from this
Yes.
traumatic experience
I
for
need.
Joe?
Where's the tissues?
No, I need to recover from this because I've torn you apart and torn you down, and I need to take a break.
You've beaten me so badly, you've injured yourself.
I need to reflect on this. Hey, we'll be right back after this quick break. All righty, we are back. Joe, are you recovered?
I'm fine. I'll be fine. I will make a full recovery.
Okay, good. I'm excited to hear
Is
that.
that the earliest commercial break in show history?
I think so.
Yeah.
Under 20 minutes.
I'm intentionally trying to do them, space them out a little bit more because the way it's been working is I have to jam a bunch of commercials at the end of the show, and I don't want to do that. I want to space
Yeah.
them
enough.
out better. So basically, I'm looking at the 18-minute mark, the 36-minute mark, and whenever else we need it,
Or when you remember.
or when I remember.
We should have that producer to help us out.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Can we talk the Flash trailer?
Can we?
Can we?
Oh, you mean the Batman?
Yeah.
Movie, the new Batman movie?
Did you watch the one online too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which had extra footage in it.
A lot of extra footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the Super Bowl one is the one with the extra footage. The one online is the actual trailer.
Yes.
So, I mean, they're both available online, but Yeah, one is the.
It's
actual.
kind of like the Fast X trailer. There's like a 2.5 minute Fast X trailer. I'm like, I don't even need to see the movie now. It was long.
They said
it was
family like 8 times in the trailer.
Family.
Family.
I watched
Can
that.
we go see that and do a shot game of the word family?
Oh, we'll have to Uber back.
Yeah, we would.
We'll have Sid drive.
We'll set up some cots in the back.
But I watched it, and it felt like True Lies, where like at some point you're like, oh, here's the end of the movie. What a great movie. This is the end. You're like, no, there's another 40.
Well,
40
we got
minutes of
more
this movie.
time. We got more time. It's not ending anytime soon. I don't get the Fast and the Furious movies. For a while there, I was watching them because they were fun, but now they're just so ridiculous I can't even watch.
I guess this last one is more grounded, is what
this
they're
one
selling
is
it as.
supposed to be.
Yeah,
You mean
It
they're not
didn't-
launching Camaros
into space.
In the space. This last trailer did not make it look grounded.
But it's got Momoa.
It does have Momoa in there. You killed my family. Now I kill yours.
You know what's funny is we want to talk about the Flash and we're talking about
I know.
Fast X.
Yeah. So the Flash trailer. So here's the great thing about this trailer. It was an awesome trailer.
It really was.
Even without Batman, it was
Yeah.
a really
Mhm.
well done trailer. It made me kind of interested in seeing this version of Barry Allen. So I'm looking forward to it.
More about the story, which was nice.
The drops of Zod are incredible.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know Michael Shannon was in it. I had no idea.
If this means we get some Man of Steel soundtrack in there, I'm assuming it will.
I don't know because there's no Superman though.
But even the Zod stuff was really good.
Yeah,
You know, the heavy
drums.
percussive drums. Yeah. The big wah sounds that they use for him. The penis spaceships. Hey, don't you remember that? The penis spaceships? Yeah.
I think you see whatever you want, Nick.
Bro.
I mean,
They were
like,
phallic.
Pull it up. Not that,
Pull it
Nick.
up.
Put it on. Put it back in your pants, man.
yeah, pull the spaceship out.
But outside the Batman stuff, like you said, it was really interesting. And Zod came on screen. I had no idea. I was like, holy crap. And then it was just really, and then Batman. Yeah, I'm Batman. The one guy faints.
Michael Keaton's the best.
Yeah, he's pretty smooth.
Simply the best. You're telling me those aren't penises.
Oh, those are dildos.
Those are pods.
Those
They're
are
not
dildos.
spaceships.
Those are dildos.
Those are definitely dildos.
Like,
Yep.
oh my gosh. All right.
Those are
Nick,
dildos.
you can turn off the screen anytime you want. Why are you still
I
watching
know.
it?
Why are you still watching it in slow motion? Okay. So back to this trailer. It looks like we're going to get Supergirl,
Yep.
Yep.
which she's basically taking the place of
Superman.
Superman. And it's a world where there's no metahumans. So there's no one to fight Zod. So he can basically dominate the earth. So my assumption is Zod lands. They freak out. They realize they need Superman. So they break in and it's Supergirl. And then
My question is, who has Supergirl under control?
the government, I would bet.
Yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, I think it's the government. Because there was a storyline in the Flashpoint comic or something like that where they kept Superman, right, in a cage, and he was no powers because he didn't have the sun.
Right.
So, Supergirl, she looked cool.
Yeah, she did.
liked-
The outfit looked pretty cool.
I liked her look. I liked the reveals of the Bat Cave. Seeing the Batmobile again was glorious.
Yes.
So I have a question about this,
Okay.
and I haven't read anything. I don't know if anything exists about this. Is this how they were originally going to present the film?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you mean
I-
before the universe reset?
No, before the Ezra Miller stuff.
Oh.
Do you think that?
I think so because
Have they shifted some of the focus maybe a little bit away from the Flash and and maybe given a little more responsibility to the other characters to sort of take a little of the spotlight away from Ezra Miller?
I mean, that's a great question.
I mean, maybe a little bit, because I think you kind of have to. But at the same point, if you want to get people excited for this movie, you show Zod, you show Batman, you
Michael
show
Keaton.
for sure.
Supergirl.
Yeah,
For sure.
Michael Keaton being in there. I think the fact that you have Michael Keaton in there alone takes a lot of that away from him. And it's interesting because a lot of people are saying I refuse to see this movie because they have they have Ezra Miller in there, but there's part of me that goes, okay, this is a guy who clearly had a mental health issue. This is a guy this is a person who clearly needs help. And when you just say, well, we're going to ignore everything you did because you were dealing with mental health, to me, that's like, I don't know, that's insulting to him. Like, you could still see the work and not support the actions he did during that, knowing that they were sick. And I keep saying he. I'm sorry, I keep misgendering, but
I'm getting sick of this shit, to be honest with you.
Which part of that shit?
I'm getting sick of the phrase cancel culture. I'm getting sick of the actions of cancel culture, and
it's bad.
I get it. I understand, and I understand that it's a right and it's a form of protest and it's all of these things, but like, the people who are quote unquote outraged pick and choose their outrage.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not going to see this movie because somebody who's in the cast did something you didn't like, are you then going to scrutinize every single cast of every movie you're going to see? There's no consistency.
Because there's always going to be that person every single piece of work out there.
Right. And
NFL,
it's
like, TV.
Yep. And I get it. You have the right to, if you don't like Ezra Miller, you don't like what they did, don't watch the movie. Don't support the film. Don't support anything that they do in the future, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't sit there and cry about every single thing when you don't cry about every single thing. It's you pick and choose when it affects some people that maybe you like, or I don't know. It's so riddled with inconsistency that it's becoming bothersome.
It's hard to keep up. I mean, it's like the show The Good Place. At what point do all your actions, which you think are good, actually have bad results, and all the things that you had bad results really didn't matter, right? You know, it's like, okay, you can't eat food at this restaurant because of so-and-so. You can't go here because of so-and-so. You can't play this video game because it's a J.K. Rowling
oh God!
thing.
Yeah,
you can't,
I've read about that as well.
I can't say the Super Bowl halftime sucked because Rihanna was pregnant. I didn't even know she was pregnant. I just hated the fact she was lip syncing. But people got all upset about that.
I know. That one bothered me too. Like, people act like everybody knew she was pregnant.
I had no idea.
Nobody did.
Well, and then the whole argument, like, well, she was pregnant. She couldn't move around on the stage. It's like, okay, that's fine, but she was still lip syncing.
And here's the thing about the lip syncing too. It was bad lip syncing.
That's really what it was. It
was terrible.
It's almost like she didn't care to be there, which I know she did because she's the one.
Or didn't try.
But she's the one who wanted to be there, right? And Rihanna's got a really good catalog of music and everything. Her backup dancers were actually, I thought they were incredible.
Yeah, they were phenomenal.
Well, I think they had to be.
I was expecting guest acts to come in, and maybe that's really what it is. The Super Bowl, it's like, okay, here's your main headliner act, but they always bring in their other people, like Eminem did, right? She didn't bring anyone else in, so I think that's maybe what it was.
I think we got conditioned to have the random person show up or the scheduled person show up.
Could you imagine if Chris Brown showed up? That would not have been good.
Too soon.
That would have not been good.
She did do a Kanye song, and my kids were like, "Oh, they were flipped. They're huge Kanye fans," which is just.
That Chris Brown joke was too soon.
Yeah.
No,
I should go away from.
You were
that.
canceled.
Sorry.
Don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah, she did do a Kanye song.
And my my kids were excited because they're like, "Oh my God, is
Kanye coming out?"
I'm like, Kanye is not coming out.
He is toxic. No one's gonna bring him out.
There's no way the NFL would ever allow, not at this point right now. Even though he's been quiet and he's kind of been laying low the last couple months or so.
Yeah.
But it's just he's manic. He's bipolar.
He's
so that's what's going to happen. He's going to go crazy for X amount of time, and then he's going to hit a bottom, and then he's going to go. Yeah.
On a side note, the national anthem was incredible by Chris Stapleton.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Holy cow!
So
he's a talented man.
He's a very talented man.
Yeah.
I love his voice.
I do too.
It was an interesting key, though.
It was an interesting key.
It didn't, like, the music didn't sound like the traditional.
No,
I mean, it wasn't orchestral, but even like on guitar, it didn't sound like the same in the same key or the same fanfare.
It was interesting,
like, what is this?
But it worked.
It did work. It worked with what he was doing.
Yeah,
it took a goddamn long time though. It
was over 2 minutes.
It was like 2:15 or something.
Yeah,
that's really long for Nick.
It was. It is a long time.
I wonder what the over, because they have prop bets.
They do.
Oh yeah.
And what was the over? Do anybody
It
know
was
what the over
205, I think it was.
was? The over under?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I would have bet. I mean,
I would have bet
it was
over.
long.
I'd have bet over. Well, knowing it was Chris Stapleton, I would have bet over because he tends to do a lot of slower stuff.
I don't know him at all.
They did the lift every voice before that too. I thought that was good, but it made some white men angry because lift every voice is considered the black national anthem,
Oh,
and so they were angry about that. How dare you?
I hadn't heard that.
Stupid. You know.
Is that the first? Is this the first major sporting event that we've done? Lift every voice and the national anthem.
But they did lift every voice during the presentation of the Walter Payton Award. It's not like it was. It was meant to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So people are babies.
Yeah, they are.
Cancel culture exists on each side of the aisle.
Oh yeah.
I think that side is worse, personally. Let's get books banned. Let's. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Anyways.
transition.
You texted this.
Yes, I
and
did.
we have to talk about this.
Yes.
You know where I'm going?
No.
AMC's tiered pricing.
Oh yeah.
So it's only in trial right now.
Don't care.
I know it's stupid.
It's horrible.
Why?
It is
Oh my gosh, we
absolutely
need
horrible.
to get people back to the movies. Let's raise the ticket prices for the good seats.
Yeah.
How do you know they're raising it for the good seats and they're not lowering it
They've
for the
already
bad seats?
they've already showed it.
I
They've
know.
already posted it.
I know.
Because that was my thought. I'm like, well, okay, so if they keep the same price and then lower the other seats, I'm okay with that. But as soon as I saw the good seats were getting $1 or $2 more,
Follow-up
I was
question.
like, oh, hell no.
And then only the front row is getting reduced seats.
Follow-up question.
Nice.
Would you go see more movies if you could pay $2 to sit in the first three rows?
No, because I could pay the exact same price to sit in the first couple rows. I could pay.
No, if every seat was if every seat was $15, except for the first three rows, those were like $5 seats.
Oh, I'd go for a $5 seat. Right, I'd sit in the third row for $5.
Yeah, but your chiropractor bill is going to be
Well,
astronomical.
if they have the reclining seats, it's fine.
Yeah, it
Because
doesn't
here's
matter.
the thing: I went to
oh
AMC.
no, they're stadium seats
Yeah.
like Old Tiger Stadium.
Oh my
the
god,
hard
no,
plastic.
they're like. We went to the AMC theater for Antman, and they have the stupid, uncomfortable seats that don't move, and you have to sit straight up. Man, give me that reclining
Oh my
chair.
god,
give
we're
me
so
the heat.
spoiled.
Give me that.
I'm gonna start a theater that has tiered bleachers, like the Michigan Stadium.
Yeah.
No seats, bleachers.
There- You know what?
You
Though?
just scoot over.
You could do that. So make the premium seats in the middle. Get better seat material for those, and then you can charge a little bit.
Okay, so-
but now you're just charging off a location as opposed to the comfort.
Right.
Oh, hold,
They already do charge more for the those love seats that they put out there.
They charge less.
For the love seats?
Yeah,
No, for like the ones you could cuddle up and
yeah. We used to go.
Get
The
some
three of us.
shenanigans?
Eli, Leslie, and I used to go together when he was a little younger, and they would just charge us for 2 people for that whole love seat for all 3 of us.
now, can I play devil's advocate here?
Yes.
No.
How is this any different from the concert system that we've all accepted for decades?
Did you know that concerts are actually changing to a system like aisle seats are less expensive than the middle seat? Like they're changing the way they do things too.
Don't what about that?
Yeah,
Don't change the
yeah.
subject. But like,
I mean, no, it's fine.
Is a movie a concert?
yeah, it's an entertainment experience.
To me, it's a whole
I
different
think
ball
to
game.
me the greater
But
issue.
there's different seats which provide various levels of sound quality. I mean,
Right, you
what
want to
you're
be in the
seeing is
center
different.
because you get the best
actual,
sound.
The actual entertainment given to you is different, but they're both still entertainment events with seats.
I get where you're going with it.
What about like the play?
Yeah.
What about like the theater?
care.
Well, I know we don't like, but like it's the same thing. Every other seated entertainment event has tiered pricing.
Well, if you go to like something local, whether it be Pine Knob or even LCA, it's based upon level.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we saw Tool, floor was one price, level 1 was another price, level 2 was another price.
Still still tiered pricing.
In a different aspect, to me, a movie theater is not leveled seating. It's all one thing. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house at the theater
So then why do you care?
because I don't like getting ripped off.
Well, but then just don't sit in the rip-off seats.
So I'm not
First come,
necessarily.
first serve.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not necessarily opposed to this as a.
They're struggling, and they're
Business,
going to charge us
yes.
more.
That's what's so
my thing
stupid
is like,
about it.
How is this going to help how is this going to
How
help,
can I help you?
And
And AMC's the one struggling the most.
I think the better thing would be to bring back the movie pass idea. Make it a little bit more expensive.
Aren't they doing that?
Somebody recently and within the last
They
couple
bought
years
it,
bought
but
it for
it's
like
not gonna
200,000 or like.
yeah.
But I don't think I haven't read anything on because I was excited that it was coming back.
AMC does have something like that where you can see 3 movies a month.
Yeah, they do. I think they do. I think MJR does.
Yeah.
They all have their little pass, but
Yeah.
see, movie pass beta. It's coming back summer of 2023.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Was it-
Plan starting at $10.
It won't last.
What's the plan? What's the $10 plan? Is it like a movie a month?
AMC A-list is 3 movies a week you can see.
3 movies a week?
3 movies a week.
Holy
but
shit.
what's the price? That's the question. It does not list the
$10
price.
basic $10 a month. 1 to 3 movies a month. That's solid.
$10. Yeah.
3 movies a month? That's
You live in New York, 1 movie, you're already in the profit.
Yeah.
and I mean if you go at now are there I wonder if there's select times you can go cuz
It says all standard 2D screens nationwide. All.
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. You're basically they're trying to drive you to buy their concessions because that's where the theaters make the money.
But here's the thing. If I know that I'm saving money on the movie, I'm more apt to spend a little more at the concession stand.
100%.
All right.
My $10 has already been paid a month. It's like if I'm going to my second movie, that's a free movie.
Yeah.
So the AMC tier one that they do is $24 a month for 3 movies a week. That's pretty good.
Well,
For
I
people
guess,
that don't have a life.
yeah.
And it gives you major discounts.
I can't see 3 movies a week if I stream them at home.
I know. I agree.
Getting
with
to
you,
the
but-
theater and
You know how much of a struggle it was to watch 2 Battlestar Galacticas this week?
But still, $24. If you go to 1 movie a week, that's worth it.
yeah, but if you go to 1 movie a week,
$10 a movie.
that's what 4 movies a month.
Yeah.
If you can cut that back to 3, you can pay less than half.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
I think to me that's the better business model is the movie pass idea. Whether
Yeah.
it's your AMC, whoever's doing it, I think that's the better business model than tiered pricing.
Yeah.
At this point, if tiered pricing had always been around for theaters,
Yeah.
then nobody would care because it's just like concerts.
Right. Right.
And most of our theaters in our area are going to have it be participating partners.
Cool.
I think I might look into that for $10 a month.
Dude, they're heading forward. IMAX theater is going to be part of it.
I don't know how
That's 2D.
I don't know how it's going to last though.
Get in on
get
the
in
ground
while-
floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, especially when AMC puts themselves out of business.
Well, here's the thing: how is it going to last? Theaters aren't full anymore, so they're definitely leaving money. If you can make a little bit less money instead
Yeah.
of 0, would you rather make? Let's say you normally make $10 an hour, but you
Make
can't
a little money off a lot of people.
you can't make $10 an hour anymore. You can either make $0 an hour or $2.50 an hour.
Right.
What would you rather make?
Right, exactly. You're going to try
Would
to
you rather have a little bit less money or 0 money?
Mhm.
I think that's I like this idea. I didn't know it was so close to being into fruition.
Well, we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have
Yes,
to
sir.
consider it, folks.
Are you going to a commercial, Nick?
We could go to a commercial. I mean, we took a commercial at 1853. And
Let's
we're only-
commercial it up. Come
Commercial break. We'll be right back. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. What else did you want to talk?
I have one thing just real quick.
Okay.
on. Yes.
Last of Us episode 5.
Oh,
Me up. It me up bad. It was.
is it still me if the monster's inside of me?
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch it?
No. Come on.
Dude.
Have you watched any of it yet?
I haven't watched any more than I watched in the first
Oh my
episode.
gosh.
Dude.
The Last of Us is knocking it out of the park every single week. It
Yeah,
is.
I believe I have early onset Alzheimer's because now I'm not even avoiding spoilers with this show and I'm already forgetting all the shit that I've read.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll read like the reviews. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I can't wait to watch that. And then a week later, I'm like,
crap.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, by the time I get around to the show, I'll never have remembered any of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I see every episode's getting like 9.5.
This
9,
one got like
10.
a 10, I think.
Dude,
It was good. It was
that ending messed me up bad.
that ending was good though. Oh, the way they did that.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many episodes are there in
5.
this season?
Oh, 5 right now.
No. I mean,
How
in,
many
the, in
total?
the total
10?
season, 10.
Probably
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
I think
think
that's
that's
become the
standard op.
standard episode. Let me see. Episode total for Last
I
of
would
Us.
guess 10, but
9.
9?
9.
9?
4
I
more.
don't like that.
4 more episodes.
I'm canceling
left.
The Last of Us.
It's so good though. I'm very happy with
Nazi
it.
apologists.
And I actually ended up buying the remastered game
Did
for
you?
the PlayStation 5, and I played a little. I've only
For the
played
what?
about 2 PS5. We've already talked about this, bro.
I know.
Just making sure you know it's PS5.
But I got Harry Potter on the Xbox.
I haven't played it yet. It's sitting downstairs waiting for me.
Eli's playing it right now, and we have a rule that he can't play Last of Us till I finish, and I can't play Harry Potter till he finishes.
Wha-
I don't know why.
Till he finishes an open world game.
I know.
You
Good
lost
luck with
on
it.
that
Yeah,
one.
you lost that battle.
He doesn't. He's not an achievement hunter guy though, like me. Like I'll try to find everything in the
Yeah.
game.
Can you like go to class in that and stuff?
I don't know. I haven't really seen much. Like I've tried to avoid watching him play it, but it looks like what I have seen has been very impressive. So looking. Forward
I'm
to
looking very forward to actually cracking it open.
Yeah.
My kids want to play with me, so that's tough to
it.
arrange that.
Inappropriate. Play with yourself.
Nick.
It looks fun.
Yeah, that
That's
sure
all.
does.
Do we have a question of the week this week?
Do we have a question of the week? Of course we have a question of the week. Get ready for the song, my children. Oh, wait, hold on. Now you got to wait.
My
I
child.
wasn't ready. Here we go.
Can you run the board?
Do you think when they created this song, they're like, no one's ever going to use this?
Yeah.
We've now co-opted 2 songs. That smells dirt.
I like the at the end. That smells derp. Yeah.
So we've now co-opted 2 songs.
Yes.
The Roadcaster song,
Yes.
which is now our intro.
and the derp song.
And the derp song.
And the derp song. Okay, what's something that doesn't smell great, but you want to keep smelling it anyways?
Gasoline.
Gasoline.
Gasoline doesn't really smell great, but it
Are you sure
Kinda-
it doesn't?
actually that was that was a reactionary answer. Gasoline does smell good.
Gasoline does smell good, but here's the thing. Do you know they actually add that smell to gasoline?
Yeah, so yeah.
So you know it's
That's
gasoline. 'cause
natural
it's-
gas too.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? Crazy because they're odorless.
What is something?
Did you know that they add the taste to gasoline too?
Did they really?
No, I don't know.
I'm trying it today.
Because it tastes good.
Just see me out there at the gas pump. Glug, 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 glug.
Gasoline, it's what plants crave. Yeah, boy. I think gasoline just smells good, though. I don't really... But other people don't like the smell of it.
I think some people are gonna answer this with like skunk. Like
I do
Some-
like the smell of a skunk.
You what?
I know.
I do.
What a psychopath.
That is a psychopath thing.
But like burning rubber of tires?
Oh, that's
Like
terrible.
Okay.
But do you keep smelling it? No.
I'm saying, but
'cause
something
if-
that doesn't smell great, but you like the smell anyway. So that would be an example.
Okay.
Burning tires.
Something that doesn't smell great, but you like the smell anyway.
Like ozone, the ozone smell from an electrical fire.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good smell.
I'm trying to think, man.
Your own farts.
Well, mine
You know-
smell like roses. So
You know,
I mean,
humans are conditioned to not, I wouldn't say like the smell of their own farts, but not be revolted by their own.
I'm revolted by mine.
And the way it works is because your farts are,
If the more revolted I am, the prouder I am.
well, and they say like the reason why that is because when you fart, like it's your body's way of telling you if you're healthy or not. So when there's farts that are like, oh my gosh, that's troubling.
You're like,
that means
I'm
you're-
healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And other ones you're like, something ain't right inside of me.
So
That's a myth.
yeah, that's
That is
definitely
a
a myth.
No, it's
No,
true.
because it always smells like gas.
It's true. No, some farts are worse
I've
than others.
seen some of the unhealthiest looking people ever fart, and it's wretched.
Yeah, that means they're unhealthy.
No, you said this, the worse it is, the healthier they are.
No. I
Other
was,
way around. He meant.
Oh.
Yeah, I meant it the other way. Like when you have a really
then that
nasty
tracks. Yeah,
smelling
that guy was
one,
near
you're
death.
like, crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I
That
meant.
guy's probably not with us now.
But farts could be one. Going to the bathroom. Do you mind the smell of your own poop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm not sitting in there with my own. Like. The
What
smell.
about the smell of your own sweat?
No, I don't like that either.
No.
When you pee?
Who likes that?
I don't know. It smells like burnt
Why
popcorn
are all of
when I
yours
pee.
bodily?
I know, right?
I'm just
Fluid.
naming things. I'm naming things that people wouldn't like to
I'm
smell.
trying to think of something, man. That's tough.
Something that doesn't smell great.
734-494-0980. Jesus.
You want to keep smelling it?
What?
Does it not smell great?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like how it just silenced us.
Smell test. Here we go. I'm trying to
Sex. Sex smells. There's a sex smell.
But doesn't it smell great no matter what?
It's not necessarily a good smell though.
I mean,
It's
bodily fluids. It's sweat.
it is, but it's its own unique.
You can get
it's
sweat in 2 minutes, Nick? Nice.
Dude, it doesn't take me long to sweat at all.
I am a sweater.
Thinking about it is making me want to sweat.
I'm actually getting clammy right now.
What about BO?
No,
Ooh.
that's an interesting one.
That is an interesting
It
one.
can
because
be
it's-
really bad, but it can not be that bad.
But sometimes it's bad because you're like, I can't believe it's that bad, so you keep on going back for
Yeah,
it.
it's really bad. I would say that it's so bad it's curious.
Yeah.
The smell is so bad it triggers my curiosity.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. I would say that I'm in that boat too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Why am I smelling again?
Yeah.
Because it's such a weird smell.
It's like that I'm very curious.
Yeah. How did that happen? Why do I smell like that?
What
wait, I
about
don't shower?
We should send these out early so we can prep better.
No, I think what makes it is the conversation. I'm
Oh, but if we do send them out early,
people.
if we do it a week early,
We can put it out on
and then we
socials
can
early.
and then we can read can read other people's.
Oh yeah, that would require us to put them on Twitter, Joe.
Listen,
This is an intervention, Joe.
They'll go on Instagram real fast.
Last week, Joe's like, he's like, I will do better about
Yeah.
Twitter. Joe, how's last week gone?
great. I think I sent out 2 tweets.
No, you did not.
Oh no, I did not. Probably not regarding the show.
Oh, okay.
I think I responded to like other people. So
You put up something about the pizza thing that
Oh,
Hillary
yeah.
from the Muck shared.
that
Yeah,
that was an abomination.
I don't do
There's
Twitter.
a Chicago pizza where they cook the dough,
It's not. First of all,
or not Chicago,
Do not-
Pittsburgh.
Yes,
they do
Pittsburgh.
this in Pittsburgh. They cook the pizza,
Arm Pittsburgh.
and then after it's cooked, they add the sauce, the cheese, and the ingredients
Cold.
on top of it.
Cold?
Cold.
Yeah, that's psychotic.
What the hell's wrong with these people?
I
They're
don't
from
know.
Pittsburgh. It's
Cool town.
It is a cool town.
I know, but it's probably a lot of industrial gases and stuff.
That would.
Well,
that
if they're doing that to their pizza, then yes.
It happened in
Yeah.
Ohio. It can happen in Pittsburgh with
I
those
mean,
industrial gases.
I
That's
don't.
true.
As much as I shit all over Ohio on this show all the time,
There you go. The smell of Ohio.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
it's gross.
You get there and you're like, why do I keep smelling this?
Why is my car
It
melting?
smells like. Here's an example. Like when you go to a farm and you smell like
horse manure.
horse manure.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you've
really
already
like the
said
smell.
poop.
I
You've
have
already
said
said poop.
I'm focusing
How
a
is
lot
poop-
on bodily discharges.
I know, right?
How is poop 2 of yours?
He just likes poop.
He did it. Do number
We
2.
found out a fetish of Nick's.
What other ones you got?
I
He
don't.
didn't deny it. Did you see that?
I don't know.
That's a deep
Mm.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It might be like something industrial, like you say. So you go by a plant and you go, God, that's terrible smelling,
Yeah.
but you keep on going,
Oh, like when you're driving down 94.
Yeah. oh, downtown.
Past Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downriver there. Yeah. All those gasoline plants and everything. Those
But you keep on
refineries.
smelling it and you're like, God, this is terrible. But you keep on going back for more.
And you keep going more in. Yeah.
The smell of New York City.
It does have a smell.
New York City is the most disgusting city ever. Like it smells
It
so
smells.
bad. Have you ever?
Oh, I've been with you,
It.
Dick.
I know, but did you smell it?
I was a little overwhelmed with everything that was going on. So I did not smell it.
Oh, what was going on?
Just all the activity, the people crowded just together, the random nudity, all that stuff.
Oh, in Times Square?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of nudity in Times Square.
Like random nudity.
Usually that's painted on, but it's nudity nonetheless. Yeah.
There was some painted, there was some not.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
It was just sensory overload.
Yeah. But the city stinks.
Oh,
Yeah.
or like Detroit when you walk over the sewers and it's venting the steam.
Exactly. So you kind of go, my God, but you keep on going back for more.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. There we go. We had some good answers.
Yeah, we tried.
Good answers. Good answers.
So let's come up with a question of the week after the show, and we'll put it on the socials.
That's true. Let's do that. We're going to put it up while we're sitting here looking at Joe. Make sure it happens. You know, it's funny.
Can I defend myself?
No, you can't because
One,
I'm
Nick
I'm the
first
one
of
who's
all,
bad
Nick-
about internet.
First of all, Nick doesn't do any social media.
There you go. See,
And you just started Reddit,
I was
though.
just going to, yes, I was on Reddit talking to BSGers.
Yep. 2, you got somebody doing Instagram for you. If it was if it was up to you, you'd be just as fucking bad as I am.
I'd still be better than you because I still post at least one thing.
Oh, if I knew it was you and you were posting, I would be up on my game. Yeah. Like I can't let Rob beat me. But now I know that you got a ringer.
But I'm doing recruiting out in the real world too.
That's true.
In line at Disney World, guess what? Got us a listener.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. You got a name?
Eric.
Eric. Eric?
That's not Eric.
All right.
Come on. You didn't even get the guy's name?
I sure did. We talked for like 45 minutes waiting for a rock and roller coaster.
So what's his name? I'll shout him out on the show. Eric.
Steve.
Your mom.
Derek.
Anyway,
All right.
Ethnicity.
he was
We can guess.
white.
Whoa.
No, ethnicity. We can guess his name.
So
Chaz.
Chaz.
A white name.
Is it a name at all?
Yeah, it is a name.
It's a ridiculous name.
So your first guess is a nickname.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I had a great conversation with the 45-minute line for rock and roller coaster.
Never got his name, huh?
I got his name.
Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, well then why are we guessing?
I don't know.
We know the name. All right. we should break
welcome,
in the Battlestar Galactica.
Disney Eric.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start. We don't need it. No, let's take a very quick break so that way we can have a fresh start for our.
Can I derail this, you think?
No, you can't.
Derail it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. And we are back. Star Trek.
Got Star Trek.
Deep Space Nine. Battlestar Galactica. I don't know why I said Star Trek.
Let's talk DS9.
We're in the Battlestar Galactica. We're starting season 2 here. We're in episode
Emissary.
Scattered. Scattered starts
You exist
off.
here.
Scattered. William Adama has been shot. He's bleeding out. They try to get him to sick bay, but here's the problem. They're dealing with the Cylons, and they have to jump away right away. So the doc is off the ship helping someone else. So here's Adama bleeding out. Boomer's like, what happened? What happened? What happened? She has no clue that she did this.
Liar.
They throw her in a brig. Ty comes, beats the crap out of her, like just pummels her, which is something we haven't seen from Ty. We start to realize that Ty is kind of a hot mess, and it's Adama who bailed him out because we have a flashback showing the time when both of them weren't in the fleet anymore and they were trying to get back in. So we had a flashback of what their relationship was and how they got back into it. Meanwhile, Apollo's on parole. He's let out of the station, and they decide. And so when they jump, the Battlestar Galactica jumps, and it's the only ship there. All the other ships are gone. They've lost all the ships. In the commotion of jumping away, they gave out the wrong coordinates, and they jumped to the wrong place. So they realize they have to jump back.
Dummies.
And when they jump back, they have
Amateurs.
to network the computers, which is not a good thing because that's how the Cylons blew up everything in the first place. So they jump back in, network the computers. The Vipers go and kick some ass, and then they come back to the ship. But as they're coming back to the ship, Cylon ship crashes into the hangar bay, and they're like, "Oh well, no big deal." And that's that for that storyline. On Kobol, Crashdown, who's the lieutenant, he orders the survivors to take cover in the forest and run and forsake all the supplies. Oh, what do you know? They needed some of the supplies. So he sends Tyrell and Kaylee and this guy Tarn to go get him. Tarn gets himself shot and killed before they get back, though. On Caprica, Hilo stops Starbuck from shooting Boomer Sharon. Caprica Boomer.
Boomer leaves.
And they argue, and Boomer steals the Cylon ship and leaves.
Bye.
Total Boomer move.
Bye! So that's this episode. We are into the premiere.
Where do we want to start?
I'm going to ask one question, and I take it, this is my impression, I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't the dock stationed on Battlestar Galactica?
Excellent question.
Because I think from all the other episodes, he's always on a different ship. And why wouldn't he be stationed on the one actually defending the fleet?
And then they come to him as opposed to him going to them.
And why aren't some of these other ships actually have armaments yet?
Storytelling. No, that's a really good question. I mean, I would keep this doctor on the ship. I
Absolutely
no
would.
ifs, ands, or buts. You are our only doctor. You're already a chain smoker. You're gonna probably die anyways at some
If
point.
somebody needs them, just say we need to get you to Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, guess what happens if the not the TIE fighters? TIE fighters? No,
Yes.
That's Star Wars. That's
Cylon Raiders.
what are the ships called for us?
Vipers?
Vipers.
Yeah.
They go out there. Guess who's most likely to get injured? Those pilots.
So here's why I'm thinking that maybe they don't want that, because you're going on a military ship, and that's you don't want unknown civilians just coming on your military ship, because what if they're
I think it's a necessity.
toasters? What if they're Cylons?
I think it's a necessity.
What I mean,
Due
at
to
this
the
point, what does it
situation.
matter? Everybody.
Because if a Cylon comes onto the ship and blows up on the ship, you lose the Battlestar. If Doc Cottle goes to a resort ship and it gets blown up, who cares?
Doc needs to be
I
training.
mean, the
people.
Doc is still dead. Yes, the doctor
Why-
does need to be training people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why do we only have one chain smoking doctor?
So, yeah, what are the odds that of those 46,000 survivors, there's only one doctor?
That's pretty.
What about
high.
Dr.
Is that
Baltar?
pretty high?
No,
odds? He's not that kind of doctor.
Oh, one thing that's consistent about the new season is I still don't care about him.
His storyline was not much in this one, though.
It
if
was
I
still
remember.
annoying as piss.
It was the baby thing where Adama takes the baby and drowns it in the water.
That was second episode.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, he's
I have
still
I have
annoying.
that was my one comment for the. I'm gonna save it for the next episode. but-
Okay, fair enough.
About that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we all agree that the Tarn getting shot scene was dumb? Because when they start, if you watch that scene, when they start shooting at him, he's just like, "What's going on?" He just sort of like is looking around.
He panics.
Yeah.
No, he is an idiot. Just like, oh, what's like just looking around, not like ducking for cover and then trying to assess the scene.
Yeah. He's not very...
You hear gunfire, you hit the ground.
Run.
He was just like, oh, what's that? Someone shooting at me? Then he just takes 16 to the chest.
And you know what I found surprising is the Cylon that were shooting at him didn't try to advance at all. They were happy in the hills. Doesn't make sense.
They had the high ground.
Still, you still advance.
We learned that in Star Wars.
No, you keep the high ground.
No.
You keep the high ground.
If you're bent on killing these people,
you keep
kill
the
these
high
people.
ground. You immobilize your enemy is what you do. The one thing I did like about that scene was when Tarn was down, they kept shooting him.
Yeah, I did like
It's
that.
like he's not dead. Keep shooting him. Like
It was
in
like that
movies.
scene in RoboCop.
Yeah, it was. And then there goes Ty out to save him, brings back his dead body. Oh, Ty. Was this the one where
that wasn't
that
Ty.
might have been
Ty was on the ship.
That was
not Ty.
That was
was
Galen.
Chief.
Chief.
Galen Tyrell.
Yeah.
Tyrell is Galen Tyrell, or we'll just call him Chief.
Chief Freeze.
Chief.
Did he bring? Yeah, he sacked up his dead body like a sack of potatoes.
And then they were taken off, right? And he did. He did.
He
You
gone.
got to ditch that body. There ain't no saving that body. But again, it's another bad decision by the lieutenant who is in charge, right? He's
This guy's an idiot.
the lieutenant who's like,
Yeah.
we got to go. Don't check the supplies. We're good on supplies. And then they get there and they're like, we're out of
They
supplies.
didn't say they were good on supplies. They say we got to get covered ground. We'll have to leave him. Didn't he?
He said, we don't have time to double check.
Time. There we go.
We don't have time to double check. And he's like,
was
we
he
got to
right?
double check.
He was kind of right.
No, he wasn't. They weren't shooting him there. There was no Cylons there yet.
Yet.
He was panicking. They're
Yet.
coming. Yet. There wasn't any yet. But I think he kind of panicked there. I think he made a bad command
He
decision.
also made another one when
Oh,
he
he
was
panicked.
when he was
For
gonna
sure panicked.
send Tarn by himself.
Yeah, he's going to send since you forgot it, you have to go get it. That's not what good commanders do, bro.
No.
That's what a big brother does.
Exactly. Good
I
commanders.
didn't forget it. You forgot it. Go get it.
Well, and it's like, oh crap, we forgot it. We were in a hurry. Okay, take two people take one
Yeah.
with you, right? That would make sense. But like the fact that he tries to blame him for it, and
I don't
then
know that I
send
would
him
have
on
sent
his way.
3 though.
think-
Three seems a bit excessive for a med kit.
I think 3 makes sense. You have one watching the front,
Yeah, it's
one
formation.
watching the back, one
I
in the
think-
middle, watching the middle.
Yeah.
You still
I
don't
just-
like it. I get
I
it.
just don't like risking three bodies for one med kit.
Yeah,
Risking 3 to save 1,
yeah.
right? I mean, they're trying to save the one guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they're going to risk 3 people to save the one.
Yeah, there's truth to that. But I mean,
How
and we know the result of this too, right?
right.
In the end,
They ultimately.
they lose 2 people.
Okay.
Instead of just
Did you
one.
guys think like why, or am I just an asshole? Because like.
Why are we keeping him alive?
No, why were they the chief and who's the other
Callie?
yeah, the chief and why were they like sitting down taking breaks and like cuddling? That's they could have got back sooner and saved that guy.
Well, I think the implication was they had been going for a long time.
Yeah,
so,
they're tired.
I mean, you need breaks every now and then.
No, the weather, the amount of sunlight or whatever, it hadn't changed. So
Well, for all we know, it could have been the next day.
And for all we can know, it could be a place like Australia where it, or Alaska where
Alaska, where the sun never sets. You think about that? You think about that, Joseph?
no, you know what? They're only thinking about themselves.
No.
I'm tired. You know what? That guy's dying.
Yeah.
So maybe just keep going.
Maybe just push through your crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do this.
Maybe
can
you
make it
rest
through.
when you get back
Yeah.
and you save the guy's life.
Yeah. Who's like drowning in his own blood?
Right.
Oh, what a
I
way
mean,
to go.
when you get back, they're like, yeah, we can't save him. He's dead. He's gone.
It's too
Like,
late.
maybe I shouldn't have stopped to cuddle.
Was that this episode though? Where they? I think that's the next episode. I guess it doesn't really matter.
where the guy dies. That's what's the same episode.
It's the next episode.
Is it?
Yeah,
They do kind of blend together.
they do.
Okay.
These do blend together quite a bit. But this episode ends with them like him getting killed and them running away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's all it ends with.
Yeah, and then they come back and he's dead. Or he's dying.
So
I thought that was a good scene. Oh,
Me too.
but that's next episode.
all right, sorry.
Hold that thought. Well, that's the thing too. This Cobalt story and even the Caprica story, they don't really. It's the second episode that we're talking about where they're better stories to watch. This episode is just the setup for the
I
next
think
one.
I think they set at least this storyline. I think that was set up pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's a good setup, but like both of them, the
Yeah.
payoffs isn't until the next episode with each storyline. With
I didn't
Cobalt.
think the Cobalt storyline was that important.
So far, it's not. It's not meaning anything yet.
No.
No.
I
mean,
I
all
was
we've gotten
kinda
out of
confused.
all we've gotten out of that story so far is Baltar's hallucinations, right?
Yeah.
Hey, how about? Did you catch my favorite line that you both would have liked that Ty said in this first episode about Baltar? When Gata's like, I don't
yeah.
have him here, and he's like, I wouldn't trust that son of a bitch. You're like that slinky son of. So again, more and more people are like, this. You can't trust this guy. Keep him away.
So when Ty is beating the shit out of Boomer,
Yeah.
how much of that do you think was meant for other people before that?
I think so. I think that's who he is. He's a violent personality, right?
I'm gonna say this. I don't mean this. How much of that do you think was meant for his wife?
Oh yeah, because she gets in on this episode. She's like, "This is going to be your command."
But I mean,
and
she's
This is Bill Adama ship.
she's into him all the
You
time.
like that imitation?
and
That was pretty
that was
spot on,
actually
wasn't
really
it?
good.
she's into him all the time,
Oh my
and
gosh,
just
she's
on
awful.
his
The
nerve.
first thing she does is say, "This is going to be your command," and it's, "You better back off."
And we
Why,
obviously,
why do you have blood on you? Oh, you're a new commander now. Congratulations.
I know what a
but we also know that she fucked around before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he. So
And this is the problem. She causes issues, and they don't want her around because of it.
I was like,
Because I know in the
I know she-
flashback, she's not around yet. He's not married
Yeah.
to her yet.
Mm-mm.
Because they show that like
Which
the
is
woman in the bed is not her. It's a brunette. It's not his wife.
how far in the past is that flashback?
I don't know because that was
'Cause
not
they
a
look-
great flash.
No.
Those were terrible makeup. Like,
Yeah.
oh, here's Saul with hair. He looks terrible. Like they
Like-
both look like they're 90, and he's like, I want to get back to flying my ships with
Ty looks like he
my
just
good college buddies.
Ty looks like they just put like a wig on him.
Yeah,
And then Adama looks like they just colored his hair
Right.
not so silver.
yeah. So
And
they,
it's like,
yeah, and he
he had longer
I'm
hair.
like, come on.
it's like this is clearly a 60-year-old man, and they're trying to push them. I think is early 30s or so, give or take.
early.
Maybe that's 1980s 30s though.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
Could be true. 19
Where everybody looks like everybody looks like they're
Everyone.
somewhere between
Yeah.
45
Kids
and
look
60.
like they're grizzled Vietnam vets, like seniors in
I
high
know.
school.
Yeah, that kid's in 11th grade.
I keep waiting for Buffalo Springfield to play in the background there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we have that. We have them linking the ships, the software together, and then the Cylons break through their firewall. Right. I kind of dug that scene. I like that. Like how little time they had and what they had to do. I love the shots of the ship out. I always love their battle shots. I think the battle shots are really well done. And I love the shot of all the flak going out and them coming up to the flak barrier and having to pull away at the last second. Because you think about that, man, that stuff would jack you up. But can't you just go under?
You would think so.
Or does the flak barrier, is it all the way around?
That's an excellent question
I don't
for
know.
Ronald D. Moore.
Yeah.
That's yeah. We're going to have to.
Sounds like we got to reach out to him.
Because it makes sense with.
I'll do it on Twitter.
It makes sense with.
Sure you will.
Right? The flak goes up and the ships can only come down. But what if your ships can come on up and around? You know, it doesn't seem like the flak would really matter.
No.
They didn't lose any pilots, did they?
No, they did. I thought they did.
Oh, they lost one.
At least one.
Yeah, they did lose one pilot. They're running out of pilots.
They're running out of ships. Really, the ships are also the asset.
Yeah, they're having a problem.
I mean, military, the ships, because
I wonder if this is going to come into play in later episodes, that they're running out of ships.
You're terrible with spoilers.
I didn't say anything. I just said I wonder if
you did your Dr. Evil.
I wonder if they're running out of ships.
Oh my god.
You see that they're running out of ships.
Well, yeah, but they could. Is anybody building more? Are they building more ships?
They have
or
not built any more that we've seen.
They should have some material laying around.
I mean,
where
they
can build
pulled
a
these
ship.
ships out of the museum. That's like the equivalent of pulling out like Mustang fighter planes from the World War II out and being like, you
Hey,
stand a chance.
If it's good enough for Top Gun Maverick,
That's
it's good
true.
enough for
That's
Battlestar
true.
Galactica.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
That
true.
worked like a charm in that movie.
It did. It worked like
That's a good
charm.
movie.
Was this the episode? I don't know if this was the episode.
So what is Ty doing? Like he's struggling between
He
trying
doesn't
to
want command.
He doesn't
I
want
know,
it, yeah.
I know, but
He
like,
says it the next episode.
Yeah.
Why is he like not confident in himself, or he think he's?
I
in
mean,
his
I
own
think it's
head,
very
or-
clear the guy is not really that great at his job. He's good. He's a good foul. You know people like that where they're like they seem like they'll be really good once they're promoted, then they get promoted and they suck. Like Michael Scott in The Office.
He's got imposter syndrome.
Like a lot of backup QBs.
Yes.
But he's got an imposter syndrome. He feels like he's going to be exposed if he's putting command or put it
Great
in-
with a playbook, not in a heated situation.
Yep.
Yep.
I think he worked really well with Adama, and once he's removed, and he doesn't have that dynamic, then I think he feels exposed.
Yeah. I didn't like the fill-in XL either. He just looked goofy.
And he was kind of being a jerk. He's
Yeah.
like, well, this is still all right. Your captain is now Ty. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I know, but like Ty can say this is still Bill Adama's command. He can say that, but it's still ultimately his decision what happened. So don't question him. And it worked out.
Yeah.
The decision worked out.
The old man would never go for this.
The old man would never go for this. I love how they call him the old man. I dig that. It kind of reminds me of Cisco.
Rip-off.
Kind of reminds me of Cisco. Yeah, it does. Doesn't it though? Reminds you of Cisco. I wonder if that was in the back of.
I wonder, is
Ronald
there a
Moore's head.
common thread between DS9 and Battlestar Galactica?
I wonder if there's any sort of connection.
I don't think there is.
I don't know.
No.
Although the writers for this episode were
Yes.
writers on DS9.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Absolutely. David Icke was in this one.
I wonder if any plot points or any of the nuances of these plots could have made or were pitched during
I have a
the
feeling they were.
writing of certain episodes of DS9.
There's a story
Especially
in DS9 that I feel.
I wish we could have done this, and so they're doing it now.
Yeah, maybe they didn't feel like they had the
Like, what's his face getting-
the context to do the correct context to do.
Or like even the guy getting filled with bullet holes on the
yeah,
planet.
wanting to go a little darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what they wanted to do with Siege of AR. They tried to do as much as they could with it, but working
But
with
it was,
Paramount
not,
was
it was
hard.
and it was network TV.
Yeah.
You know, this has the benefit of being on Sci-Fi. You can get away with a little more because it's
No
cable.
one watched sci-fi.
No one watches it. Yeah. But there's a.
when do
there's-
they put boobs on?
I mean, we've come close.
We have some of the sex scenes have been. I'm
They've been
like
steamy.
What?
They're good. They do a good job, like making them enticing without showing anything.
You know what's kind of losing its juice for me is the whole frack thing.
You never
So,
were on the frack.
Here's the thing I found. So I was on the Battlestar Galactica Reddit channel, and there's this guy who's doing a rewatch.
His name is Nick Bonsky.
Space
name is
Nagiri
Eric.
is their name. That's their username. And he's doing a rewatch. And he, on season 2, episode 1, the frack count up to this point has been said 76 times in the entirety of the show. Starbuck has killed 15 Cylons so far. Lee has killed 5. The use of "oh my gods, damn it" is 25. So say we all is at 22. So every episode he puts like,
Yeah.
Have you reached out to this person to know we're doing a rewatch too, and he could maybe throw some fun
Oh,
stats at us on an episode?
there's another one. Starbuck punching
That's a
people
no.
in the face count. Starbuck punching people in the face count 5. I'll ask him.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they're on season 4 now.
What's his Twitter handle?
Oh, shut up. So you cannot reach out to him?
I'll reach out to them on here
All right.
and see if they'll want to get on it.
And just give us fun stats about an episode.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Question for both of you.
Shoot.
Answer.
How many interviews have you guys pulled for this show?
2.
Marv did 1.
No, I did the legwork, thank you.
You did not.
Marv introduced it. I took over.
I've done absolutely nothing.
What was the other one? Oh, Word
Word
Burglar.
Burglar.
Okay.
I've done nothing, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It just popped into my head, and I just
You just
How many have you had in the past 6 months?
it doesn't matter.
hey, we're a
I'm riding
podcast.
I'm Steven Spielberg. I'm riding on the coattails of my previous.
I was going to say
successes.
we're a podcast that focuses on the present, not the past. So,
No. I'm solely focused on the past.
what have you done for me lately, sir? That's what Janet.
Commercial break, right?
Ha! You keep dreaming. All right, are we ready to move on to Valley of Darkness?
Sounds like a commercial break, like the man said.
Oh, do you want to move on to commercial
Didn't
break?
Do we need one?
Do we need one?
I don't know if we need one. I think we're good.
Let's go.
Okay, go. All right, next episode. Oh crap! Now I got to pull up my reviews of it because I want to make sure I don't get it wrong.
Christ
Stop
almighty.
it! Don't yell at me. Stop it! Stop it!
Cylons on the ship. They defend the ship.
Oh, okay.
End of story.
Nailed it. 5 seconds.
Dang it.
That was quick, even for Nick.
Dang it! Cylons are on the ship,
And they defend the ship.
and they have to defend the ship.
Bam, done.
You know what we didn't talk about the last episode?
Nope.
The Marine asking Rosalind to pray with him. Like that's the first time now people are starting to see her as a religious figure now, as opposed to just the president. And I thought that was interesting.
It's interesting.
And she's like, okay. Well, she seemed apprehensive actually. In a lot of ways, she reminds me of
She
Sisko.
views herself
Yeah.
as the emissary.
But again, there are a lot of ways
She
she
struggled
sees herself as Cisco a little bit. She's fighting these dual identities, and she doesn't really want this religious.
Took her a lot
identity.
less time than Cisco, though.
No, I mean,
I think time is more of the essence here than it was
yeah, they don't really have a choice.
in DS9.
All right, so they realize that there's Cylons on the ship. They're taking down the power. Originally, they thought it's the virus. It's
I
not
thought
the
my
virus.
description was good.
Cylons are on the ship, taking station by station. So they got to go deck to deck and fight them. And Adama is the man who.
Were they on
goes
second
around-
deck?
Second deck. So they go around fighting all those people, and then you have the crew that's trying to lead Rosalind and her people to safety as well. So that happens on. In the meantime, on Cobalt, Baltar has a dream of him being awoken by Adama, who takes the baby and drowns the baby, and then he walks away, which is creepy and weird. Back on Caprica, Kara takes Hilo back to her apartment, which is decorated with all kinds of paintings on there. It's a crap hole apartment, which we would predict for her. And she basically sits down and has a smoke, and she says, what sucks about this is everyone's fighting for something. I'm not fighting for anything. I just like to fight. So that's their conversation.
That's good enough for me.
On Cobalt, Kelly and Galen rest on the tree, and Galen's struggling, but Kelly yells at him, and then they share some laughter after that. They get back,
Mother fracker.
and he calls her
That's
out,
the one
mother.
that did it for me.
Yeah.
Well, but that's why they called,
was
and
her
originally
voice,
did
too.
it for me, but then the fact that he laughs at her for the way she said it and everything, I think that made it okay to me. If they just made it seem
I think
like a serious
he broke
scene,
character. I think he was just laughing.
I know, he
I
could've
think he
been.
was just laughing at
he could have
Frank.
been. So they get back, but it's too late. This guy's gonna die. So they decide to basically load him up on medicine and let him out of his piece. So they basically let him die. Story ends with Hilo and Kara drive off in their car. In sick bay, they are able to save Adama. They brought in the basically the nurse who is now a doctor, and she's able to save him. And they get the doctor's coming over when the episode ends. That's basically it. I mean, there's more stuff in it, but we're gonna get to it. All right. So yes, that Kaylee scene was not great. I will agree with you there. Talk to me, motherfucker.
I know. That's the one that
It was
did it
bad
for me.
delivery too.
Yeah, well, it really was.
It was not a good delivery.
But what
Not a good delivery.
what I wanted to say about this episode was Adama living the dream of drowning a baby. Come on.
That's what you were
Come
waiting
on.
for. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to put like a warning, graphic content before this episode.
He just walks over. Oh, is this the baby? Grabs it
Yeah.
and dunks it like an Oreo.
And just
leaves
pushes it under.
Not so much. He just kind of there.
And then he walks away. And what does he say? Is this the shape of things to come or something like that?
Yep.
That'll come into play. But
And I was like, that's a boss move.
it's a pretty boss
That's
move.
that is
Just
a
to
boss
take the
move.
baby and kill it, right?
Oh, that's your baby?
Well, and then now he's having
It wasn't even crying either.
No, the baby was good. Like,
Yeah.
why are we killing good babies?
I like he's being proactive.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And then number 6 warns him, hey, they're going to come after our baby, right? Basically, that's the whole point of that.
Still don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't. You've made that very clear.
Still don't give a frack.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at you.
There were 8 fracks in this episode, according to this rewatch here, by the way. 8 fracks.
Get them on the show. Let them or whoever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll reach out. Space Nagiri. I'm going to reach out to you
I'm
on
gonna do it first.
Reddit.
I'm gonna do it first. I'm actually doing it right now.
No, you can dream, but it's not going to happen. Okay. So, where do we start with this one? Do we start
Sure, I
with
started.
the Cylon storyline?
Yes,
Like, because I thought that was really well done.
I thought it was too.
And the one thing, I always love the Star Trek episodes where they were boarded, but it always looks sterile when things are happening. Like you hear the shooting, and this one you're seeing the consequences of it, like dead bodies laying everywhere and people blown away. I don't know. That just adds something to it. It makes it feel
Oh, it sure
more-
does.
And I think it helps that they've done a really good job on the set design, and that the corridors always feel crowded because there's boxes or stuff stacked up everywhere.
Yeah, it feels cramped.
Yeah, probably because they were getting ready to become a museum, so there was all this crap in there, and they haven't really had time to clean up the mess.
That was something that I had in my notes was I couldn't find what the budget was for season 2 versus season 1.
Yeah,
But the set designs felt more elaborate.
feels more. Yeah,
It felt like they were set like they had more to work with. Whereas all of season 1, it felt like we were in the same couple places, and you had the same maybe 2-3 sets. Now it seems like we're kind of all over, and
Like it's successful, so they got the kick in the budget.
like okay, we got a little bit more money now, so we can build some things that are a little bit more elaborate, a little more detailed.
yeah. I'm trying to look up what the case was on that, if that was really the case or not.
That's just the vibe that I got from this. That was which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it did feel like there was an increase. They've gotten better with the CGI on the Cylons too. In the miniseries, they look pretty hokey, but they've done a little bit better job. They're still not great.
No,
That's also to factor in early 2000 CGI. So
What is this? 2005 now? 5 or 6?
yeah, give or take.
in that window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging how sometimes they just kill with their hand, man. They just swipe them across the chest and gut them.
Seems inefficient for a computer, though.
But they're angry. They're not. They don't care about it. They're angry and vengeful against humans.
Are those particular models angry?
I'm assuming so. I'm
Okay.
assuming they still have feelings and emotions. Like that's the whole point, right?
So mad.
Those were the ones who rose up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could buy it. I don't know. I dug that.
I like the anger in the hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
They do a good job of showing kind of the chaos that what happens in that you turn a corner and there's a Cylon there and like, oh crap.
Yeah, especially like with Rosalind and her crew as
Yeah.
they're trying to escape, and the guy, and he's like, "Okay, pretend like you're giving me a tour of the ship. Where would you take me next?" Right? And like the fear on that Marine and her to get
Well,
him.
even with D,
Yes.
address her by rank.
Oh my god. Yes, because
Yeah.
she was shell shocked.
Yeah, it shows
Try
a lot of
using her.
leadership, and she's just not a school teacher.
She's
in
smart.
Rosalind.
She's smart. Yeah,
I mean, maybe the psychology background that some teachers have come into play there.
you
but
do. You have to go through quite a bit of psychology courses for teaching degrees. So
What are you, a teacher?
yeah, my degree's in teaching, education,
Yeah, he's a
history teacher, baby.
Have you not listened to our podcast before?
What podcast?
Okay, cool.
New podcast. Who dis? Who dis?
I would listen, but I don't know where to find you because I follow you on Twitter, and
That Twitter guy's an ass. He doesn't keep up.
He doesn't keep up with the Cardassians.
How about that one guy though? Like he's trapped in the. So when they got up to the station to get the munitions, right, and everyone's dead except for there's the one guy cowering in the corner. Personally, I'd been like, this guy sus.
I probably would have shot him.
I wouldn't believe that he was a human at that point.
No,
Oh, the guy. Yeah.
The guy hiding.
Well, that's
in these
immediately what I
munitions
thought. I
room?
said, why haven't they
Yeah.
shot this guy already?
Yep.
Yeah, but he was fine. I mean, it turns out he was. I mean, he was just scared,
Right.
and he's like, I don't know how to shoot a gun, bro. They're blowing us away. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to learn how to shoot.
Suck
a gun.
it up.
Take the gun and start shooting.
Point and click.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's. I don't like that guy.
And I think this is the first time they reference that only explosive rounds work against the Cylons, right?
Yeah, because I'm sure they've. I'm positive. I thought they shot some of those.
They've shot
models.
some on.
They shot
on-
some earlier, and it did nothing. And that when it was coming for Adama, the younger Adama.
But I thought last year they had taken out some of these models with just regular
Well,
weapons.
that's what I was thinking about on Caprica when
Right.
they're shooting them, unless they're already using explosive rounds and we didn't realize
I don't
it.
think they have that many explosive rounds. That's how
Better-
big those rounds were.
They better get some explosive rounds.
This leads me to a question I've asked earlier, and why are they not? Are they just going with whatever they have left? They're not manufacturing anything new.
I don't think at this point they are.
They should be.
Well, I know, but
They're
they're
gonna be-
constantly running right now. You don't have time to worry about
You
that.
set up a subcommittee to start
Yeah.
setting that up.
Yep, you need to set something up.
That would be my thing. All the ships in the fleet that aren't the Battlestar, you are now manufacturing.
Absolutely. That's
Every single one of you, that is your new living. That is
kind
what
of
you
on
do.
the president to start trying to lead that path.
Right. So, like the one ship that was the resort. No, we don't have resorts
No,
anymore where we
no,
have
no,
bartenders.
sorry.
You are making ammunition.
Yeah, you're making explosive rounds
But
at this
where
point.
do they store all this material? That's the thing. They need to store it somewhere.
Well, it's all about the manufacturing. You've got to figure out how to do that with the materials you have.
I know. Yeah.
Because they're going to start running out of stuff
Yeah.
soon,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's already starting with the ships.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we saw that with the water and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting is actually season 1 was the highest rated. I finally found this. Season 1 was the highest rated in terms of viewership.
Really
Every season decreased. It never went up. It went down,
interesting.
which is interesting because really season 2, a lot of people say it's the best season of all 4 seasons. And I would actually agree. There's some really good stuff here as we get going.
So they're 4 or 5.
4.
So
There's 4 seasons. There's
then
a couple movies.
But season 2 is broken into 2 series, like 2 and 2.5. It's 20 episodes, but it's broken into
Really?
2 parts.
two 10 sec.
Oh, they did
10
do
chunk
that.
e-
You're right. They did do that. Yes. Yes, they did.
So is that include? Is that
It's still thought of as season 2.
okay?
Yeah. So there's a couple movies they did. They did Razor. We'll watch that one when it comes to it because it's in the run as a normal episode. But they did some other ones too. They did like The Plan. The Plan is not necessary viewing. You don't have to watch it to really. I don't know. But maybe we should probably still watch it. But they even did a prequel series. They did called Caprica. About the
Afterwards? After-
about the creation of the Cylons, the initial creation, the person who creates them. Daniel Greystone is his name.
That'll be interesting.
It was not well received because it was too much of a soap opera. It really was, and it follows like Bill Adama's dad, who's a gangster, which is kind of. I mean, it was kind of interesting. It really picked up the pace at the end, but by then it was too late. There's the episode I really think is good. Pegasus. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
9.0 on IMDb.
It's the best episode of season 2, I think. Pegasus.
Really?
Oh, by far. Not even close. Okay. So Going back to this, what were we saying right before that? I apologize. I interrupted with the viewership.
Oh no,
we were talking about
the explosive rounds,
and running out of material. Yeah, they're running out of material. Yeah, that feels like it's going to be a big thing,
especially if there's only certain things that are working.
Which I think speaks to Adama's desire to settle on Kobol initially, right? Like, we cannot run forever. We have to stop at some point, and we have to.
No, running isn't a long-term solution.
We have to make a stand somewhere. Like, even if they find us, we cannot keep running. So we got to figure this out. But here's her saying, "No, I'm a god now. No, I'm a prophet, and I'm going to take you to Earth."
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to
where
Earth.
Will Smith stops him.
Good death scene with the guy on Kobol.
That was a great death scene.
They did that really well, really, really well, and like how he references the birds. Yeah, just listening to the birds. It's the guy.
He's going to take him home. He's going home. That's. I didn't cry, but I was like, it was a heartfelt scene. Very.
Well, I didn't dig the fact that the woman helping him initially is like, he's a goner, he's dead, right to his face. Like, I mean, I know the guy's in shock.
He's not going to remember.
Yeah, he has no memory.
But like Galen goes up there, the chief goes up there and calms him down and soothes him and be like, we're going to get you home. Like, why not give him hope in those final minutes? Why not give him peace and comfort?
Obviously, he didn't notice.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to get the needle ready and be like, just so you know, you're dying. Choo-choo.
Got you.
Gotcha. Sucker.
Do you think when he dies, whatever his last words were to him, that's where he's gonna go?
No.
So if he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get you home," and soothing him,
so he goes to home.
Then he goes
that's his heaven or whatever.
His last thoughts are of home. I'm going home. So he dies with those thoughts, and that's those are his first post-death visions.
Yeah, I could buy that. Because they also say the brain survives after you die too. Minutes.
I wouldn't want it. I mean, not that I believe anything happens after death. I don't know that because I've never died.
What?
So I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
Get Damar Hamlin on the show.
You mean fake Damar Hamlin?
Yeah, I've heard that. I just heard that 2 days ago.
One of the dumbest conspiracy theories ever.
Jesus Christ.
But so if I wouldn't want to be like, "Oh, you're dead. We're not going to use anything on." Because then the guy's like, "Well, I'm dying." Like, he's panicking in his brain.
Oh yeah.
And then all of his post-death thoughts are going to be like anxiety and panic stricken.
Well, and here's the thing: this guy already knows he's in bad shape. Like, he's not an idiot. He knows he's pretty, dying. So why exacerbate it by making him freak out even more?
Shoot me straight, Doc. How bad is it?
It's real bad, man. You're missing your stomach.
It's
gone.
How many legs do you think you have? Whatever it is, reduce it by 2.
Hey, if you can still walk, take 2 steps forward. Oh, wait. You can't. Oh, it's so sad. You can hop on over if you want.
Oh.
Anything else from this episode?
No, I think it was a fairly solid start to the season.
They're pretty straightforward episodes, right? There's not a lot. I mean, we're seeing Ty in command. We're starting to see why he's not the main commander. But then again, he hasn't done a bad job so far. Really, has he?
No,
he made the right call.
Different job. It's not a natural role for him. So he's used to being the Scottie Pippen to Adama's Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
And what happened when Jordan retired and Pippen had to take over?
They didn't win, and then he went to Portland. They didn't win. Scottie Pippen has to be Scottie Pippen. He's great at being Scottie Pippen. Yeah. He's not good at being Michael Jordan. Yeah. That's a good point. But would Adama have made that call? Would Adama have linked the computers? Or would he have just said, "No, we'll figure out a different way"?
I think he would have figured out.
I think he would have figured out a different way. But that's what he's supposed to do. That's why he's the commander.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's very clear they can't take on a base star, right?
No.
The base stars seem very overpowered compared to them, especially a 60-year-old battle star.
You know who is manufacturing things? Cylons.
Cylons, yeah, because they had to attack that station or whatever. But the Cylons that also have, a civilization still. The humans really don't.
Right.
They're kind of, screwed. So there's that.
I would have stations. I would have manufacturing stations and reproductive stations. Is what I would have.
You'd rotate.
Which one would
between
you
the
want to work
stations.
on more?
I want to do a couple
I
tours
mean,
on each.
isn't the reproduction technically manufacturing?
It's true.
Yeah. We're going to manufacture things and people.
Yes, exactly. I would think like you work a long week in manufacturing, you work
And then you
grueling
head right
hours,
over to
and then
reproduction.
they send you there, and then you just for a week you're there, and then you go back. I mean, and then you're
That's the
constantly
new work week. You Monday through Friday, you're in
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday,
you just,
Sunday, you bang it out.
as much as you can.
Impregnate as many
Constantly.
women as you can.
I mean, even if the pregnancy test comes back as positive, you keep doing it just in
Just
case
to
it was
make
a
sure.
false positive.
you might
yeah.
be able to put 2-3 babies in there.
We don't know. We don't know. They're
okay.
you don't know.
They're different species, right?
I mean, yeah.
Are they?
I don't know. I think they're human.
All right, let's rate the episodes, gentlemen. What would you give? Let me pull it up.
5.5.
Episode 1 is
Scattered.
Episode 1, Scattered. What do you give it, Robert?
You had to go to me. 6.5.
6.5. Okay. Joe?
I went 7.0.
7.0. I'm at a 7 for that one too. It was a nice start, but
Yeah.
I know there's separate episodes. But they really did feel like sort of one bigger episode.
Yeah.
Well, so you're gonna rate the second one 7 as well?
No, 7.5.
7.5.
I liked how it ended a little better than how they built it.
And I like the pacing more.
I was gonna give that one an 8 because I thought like especially the interior shots, the fighting with the Cylons was really well done.
That's why I did 7.
You did 7 on that one.
Look at all of us bumping it up a 0.5.
Well, I went up. One,
you went up
one
a
whole
whole
point.
one.
I went up a whole point because I thought that was a really well done episode. I was pretty happy with it.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, well next week
Fairly strong start to the
a
season.
strong start, I think. Yes,
I will say what I do like about this show is there's not a lot of downtime.
That's true.
There's no fluff.
There's not fluff.
Right.
I mean, even the plot points that take a little while to develop, still don't see them as fluff. I see some of them as boring.
Slow burn.
Yeah, they're a
Yes.
slow burn or
They're
they're
leading to
boring
some-
at
yeah.
parts, but I don't feel like they're fluff.
There's not a lot to cut. Right.
No,
They need
we're
it.
everything is, and I like that because that's kind of how it is. Everything is imperative. Every move that they make is the most important move they're going to make.
Absolutely.
There's no like, oh, we'll get to it tomorrow, or we'll figure that out when we cross that. No, every decision needs to be made.
It all matters.
You gotta almost connect with every single one.
Yeah. I get you. Cool.
It's a good sense of urgency.
Yeah. Well, people, we're gonna after this episode ends, we're recording a Patreon. So you need to sign up for our $2 tier, our $5 tier, and our $10 tier. So we'd love to have you on there. We have some good material on there. We have music videos on there, folks. Yeah. Now it's far enough out that I feel like we can say it. There's a music video on our Patreon.
Yep.
So you got to subscribe to that. And we're getting ready to work on our next material. We're not going to tell you what it is, but it's gonna be good.
We don't even know what it is.
I don't even know. So sign up. We got a $2, a $5, and a $10 tier.
Actually, we do.
We'd love to have you there. You can also find us at keeping
Underscore
Cardassians on Instagram.
If we had a Twitter handle,
It'd be
we were-
at
if we were
Cardassians Pod.
if you want to see how little Twitter activity we have, go to @Cardassianspod.
And we used to have a ton of it, and something fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
Oh,
We also have a number, 734-494-0980, where you can text us, you can call us and leave a message. We'll do both of them on the air for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
We love it.
thanks for tuning in to this
YouTube.
episode. YouTube as well. We have a live recording there. Not live recording,
Not live. We can do that, though.
but we have the recording on
Yeah.
there. So anyway you
should
tune
do
in,
that.
we'd
should
love
do
to
that.
have you. So thanks for keeping
Live
up
on
with us
location.
today. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Bye.